to the ISD 535 Introduction to Google Drive and Sharing. Please remember to pause the video and try out these tasks as you go along. The first thing we have to do is sign in to our isd535.org account. Type in your full email address and then your password, and click the big blue sign-in box. This will take you to your email. Go to the top right hand of the screen, click on the little dots, and then click on Drive. This will either bring up a list view or a grid view of all of the files in your drive. To change to the grid view, click on the dots. To change to the list view, click on the list. You can also sort by last modified, the time I last edited it, the time I last opened it, or the name. Looking over on the left side, I have several different options for views as well. The default is all the files in my drive. I can also see incoming files. These are files that have been shared with me, but I haven't stored in my drive yet. If I'd like to save one in my drive, I go to the right-hand side and I click on Add to my drive. It'll ask me which folder I would like to put it in. I'll choose Classroom and then click Move. It says the Veltru Thompson has been moved from my drive to Classroom. My most common sorting for files in my drive is by recent. This shows me the files that I have used or opened most recently. If you have any starred files, you can also see them in the starred folder. If I go back to my drive and I pick one of these files, if I add a star at the top, that means it's important to me. Going back to my drive and my starred folder, this file is now in my starred folder. When I'm in my drive, if I would like to create a new folder, I click the big red button and then select Folder. I'll call it John's folder. And because my sorting is alphabetical, it'll put it right between the I and the L. Now I'd like to share a document and collaborate with one of my classmates. I'm going to pick a great story. First, I'm going to move it into my folder by dragging it in there. Then I select my folder by double-clicking on it. And I can either share this document by clicking on it and then clicking on the Share button, or if I'm already in the document and working on it, I can click the Share button in the top right-hand corner. I can either type in someone's name or their email address and it will automatically fill. I want to share this with my fellow Google teacher, but I don't really want them to be able to edit the document. So there are 3 different types of sharing that you can do. By default, the other person can edit the document, and you can see what edits they make in real time. Most often, you'll just want someone to be able to add comments. Sometimes, you just want somebody to be able to view a document and not be able to change it or comment on it at all. You can add a simple note, and you can decide whether to send them an email to notify them that they have been added to the sharing list. In the Advanced box, you can actually add a few more options and see who it's already shared with. Right now, it's private only to me. Now, it has changed to specific people can access. I am the owner, and Google Teacher can make comments. I'll go ahead and log in now as Google Teacher so you can see exactly what happens from the other side. So now I've logged in as Google Teacher. You can see that I've received an email that says, "A great story, invitation to comment." If I open that email and click on the blue box that says Open in Docs, you can see that there's a bright pink J, which means that John Bartus is editing this as well as me. I can chat with the user as well at the same time. If I'd like to make a comment, I can pick a word or just put my cursor anywhere and click Insert Comment. If I would like to save this in a specific folder in my drive, I can go to the File menu and move to a folder. I haven't set up any folders yet in this drive, so I'm going to create a new one. There's a check mark beside the folder where I'm moving it. If that's where I want to send it, I click on Move. Now I'm going to go back to log in as myself to view these comments. Here I am logged in as Joe Bartus again, and I can see Google Teacher put in a comment that says use more adjectives. If I feel I've addressed this comment, I can click on Resolve. If I want to share an entire folder and not just one file with another user, I can go ahead and click that folder and click the sharing button. Just like individual files, all I have to do is type in the name of the person I want to share it with, or the multiple people I want to share it with, and click Send. Now, anything that I put into this folder is automatically going to be shared with everybody who has sharing permissions on that folder. It won't change anything outside of it, but everything inside of it will get shared. So if I create a new document, it will warn me this is in a shared folder, and if you create it here, it will be shared with the same people. I'm going to click OK, and I'm just going to make a simple shared document. I'll make sure to change the title, and I don't have to save it because Google does that for me. If I now go into the Google Teacher account and go into the incoming folder, I'll see that this folder has been shared with me by John Bartus. I'm going to go ahead and add this to my drive. It won't automatically be in my drive just because someone shared it with me. It's going to be in my incoming section. So I'm just going to add it to my drive, and if I go into my drive now, I'll see John's folder there. If I go into John's folder, I will see the shared document. Even though they didn't specifically share that document with me, it was shared as part of the folder. You can see up in the upper right hand corner that John Bartus is the owner and Google Teacher can edit. This feature of folder sharing is extremely useful when collaborating with a group of people. You could put maps and documents and calendars all in a single folder, and they will automatically be shared with everyone in that group. You can create different shared folders with different groups of people. There could be one for your PLC to share documents. There could be one for your subject colleagues to share documents. There could be one for your students to share documents. None of the people in these folders can see what is in the other folders, but they can see all the files that are in their own folders. I hope this has given you a good introduction into the power of Google Drive. If you have any more questions, please email me at jobartus@isd535.org.